Warm weather is upon us, and that means summer salads. So today I'm trying a recipe for Italian bean and pasta salad. Now the thing I love about pasta salads is that pretty much anyone can make them. Even if you don't know how to cook or you don't like cooking, if you can boil water, you can manage a pasta salad. Today's recipe comes to us from this booklet, The Best of Summer Kraft Summer Salad Recipes. It's just a teeny tiny thing. I don't think it's dated, but I'm gonna say it's probably from the 80s. And the other thing that's interesting about this, to me anyway, is I'm pretty sure this booklet comes to us from Canada, mostly because a lot of the measurements are in like grams and milliliters, but also if you pay attention to some of the product packaging, the names of the products are both in English and French. So I had to do just a little bit of prep work. I cooked up 2 cups of dry, medium-sized pasta shells in some boiling salted water. Now, when I'm making a pasta salad, I like to cook my pasta at the very low end of the instructions, and sometimes I'll even go 1 to 2 minutes less than what it says. This pasta was supposed to cook for 10 to 11 minutes. I cooked it for 9 minutes. I do that because I like for my pasta to absorb some of the dressing that I'm going to put on it. It's gonna sit in the fridge and kind of marinate and get really delicious. That's what my cooked pasta looks like. I also needed to cook up some frozen lima beans, something I haven't thought about in quite a while. I like lima beans, it's just not something I cook a lot. This is where my kitchen scale really came in handy. Because the measurements are in grams and milliliters for some of these items, this particular ingredient in the recipe is listed as 350 gram package of frozen lima beans. I could not find one that size. I think that's maybe like 10 ounces. I could only find a 1 pound package. Get yourself a kitchen scale. Sometimes you really just need to measure out your ingredients by weighing them. I have this particular kitchen scale that I really like. I'll put it in my description down below. It's very affordable, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and I use it all the time. So I had to cook my lima beans ahead of time and let them cool. This is another thing that you want to do when you're making a cold salad that has cheese or something in it. You don't want that cheese to melt into your salad. So you have to make sure things are kind of like room temperature or cold. I'm combining my lima beans with the pasta, those in there. This is a very bean heavy salad, which is good. Beans are good for you. Lots of fiber, lots of protein, good things. Beans, baby. I'm also adding a can of kidney beans. These have been drained and rinsed. Did I use too small of a bowl again? And then also a can of garbanzo beans, also drained and rinsed. This is a much bigger recipe than I thought it would be. Do you see that? So I'm gonna mix those ingredients first, get them evenly combined before I add my dressing. I don't know that I have a bigger bowl than this. So that's where we're at. Holy cow, this is so much more salad than I thought it was. This pasta salad recipe also has some cheese in it. The recipe says 4 Kraft mozzarella sandwich slices. I just got regular, sliced mozzarella. And I also thought about, why can't I just shred mozzarella or use shredded mozzarella? I think in this case, they want the cheese maybe to be like a little bit more whole so it doesn't like break down so much. Thinking about it, like when I've had pasta salads with cheese in them, usually that cheese is something like cubed. So I'm just gonna follow the instructions. This recipe is new to me. If you are new here, welcome. Usually the recipes I make are ones that I have never made before, so we're learning together. Just says to cut it into strips. Pile of cheese right there. Put you in here. Try to break it up a little. Let's give that a bit of a stir. Carefully, because this is so dang full. Why do I do this to myself with these cute bowls? So now we come to the dressing. The dressing in this recipe is called Kraft Herb and Garlic Dressing. And they even kind of give you a picture of it right here. But of course, the dressing bottles don't look the same anymore. This is either product that does not exist anymore, or it's something that they only had in Canada. I don't know. Canadian friends and viewers, if you know what Kraft Herbs and Garlic Dressing is, if it's something you can still get, let me know in the comments. But I did a little bit of Google sleuthing and I came up with this as a substitute, Kraft Roasted Garlic Vinaigrette. So this is what I'm gonna use. And then because it doesn't really say anything much about herbs, I can see some herbs like floating around in there. I'm just gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Hopefully that kind of combines to make this dressing. And I need half a cup of this. So I'm gonna measure it out. If you didn't already know, your little jars, like your canning jars, have the ounces listed on the side, at least some of them. So sometimes I use these as like liquid measuring cups. I always have some of these around. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. I'm just gonna give this like a good shake. I don't know, maybe like half a teaspoon or so of Italian seasoning. You can always make a homemade vinaigrette if you want, but there's so many good bottled vinaigrettes out there too that if you are in a pinch and you're trying to make something to take to a picnic or potluck quickly, you can't beat it, really. It's really pretty though. Like, look how colorful that pasta salad is. I think it's supposed to be maybe the colors of the Italian flag because it's got red, it's got white, it's got green, maybe not the right shades. So I could try this now and it would be okay. But usually these types of salads do a lot better if you let them sit in the fridge for a few hours or overnight. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna put it in the fridge overnight and then I will give it a taste. So I left this in the fridge overnight and here is what it looks like. Largely the same. Oh wow, that is heavily garlic scented. Before I get to tasting it, I'm gonna add just another drizzle of this roasted garlic dressing. And that is something I like to do with most of my cold salads. This is something I do for my loaded baked potato salad. I will go ahead and link that video if you haven't watched it already. I like to just kind of take a little bit of the dressing, set it aside, and then just before I'm ready to eat the salad, I'll stir it up, add the dressing, and it just kind of gives it a little bit more oomph. It like revives it a little bit because this way it's just kind of like, it might be a little bit on the dry side. Shake. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, just a few tablespoons or so. So let's get in there and give it a stir. So many beans in this salad. Do you see this? Not that I mind, but if you don't like beans, you're not gonna like this salad. It doesn't look like it's quite as dry. It's kind of revived now. I am gonna give it a taste. Dish some of this up. I think I've composed the perfect bite with a little bit of everything. That is a pretty good pasta salad. I would say, and I always say, maybe just a pinch of salt. I think it's really up to your tastes. I'm gonna leave it as is for now and enjoy it this way, but you kind of get to choose how you wanna make this your own. You can customize this further if you want to add more vegetables to it. I mean, you can kind of make up your own pasta salad if you want. They're very easy. Basically, it's pasta, some kind of dressing, and then whatever else you want to add. But this is a really good one. It kind of reminds me of a take on 3-bean salad. This was just a little something different that I wanted to try. It has a lot of good protein and fiber with all of those beans in it. I think this would be great for a lunch meal prep or maybe your next picnic. I just love pasta salad so much. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you're looking for another great summer salad, I think you would love my loaded baked potato salad. And I'll post the video right here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.